Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy, Y'all Savage. Anyways, let me just get into something real quick because, a lot of people have sent me this thing about, outside the box and American Cholo. And people were kind of thinking, along the lines like dudes were trying to sneak diss me, whatever. The thing about outside the box is he has his platform and it's equal opportunity, and he feel like somebody, should express their message. He's gonna allow them on the channel. So I understand it ain't really nothing right there. But now, as far as like the American Cholo, I was a little bit upset at the fact that he tried to bring my character into question. It's not that he tried to bring my character into question. He just basically called me a liar because the time frames didn't make sense to him. And I'm just gonna break down a few things just for that cat. For one, if there was really like some type of issue and I just really wanted to know what time it was, you're in North Hollywood, you say you still live in your neighborhood, and I'll be in Sun Valley. They're right next door to each other. So if there's like something you really wanted to clarify, it's as simple as getting at Zad Rese on IG, DM me, and then we could have talked about it in person. If you really want to sit across from the table, whatever, you know what I mean? Of course you want to speak like gentlemen, so we would sit across from the table and actually have this conversation. But that's how you address things. You don't go on other channels and see. Now your argument would have been more believable if you wouldn't have came off from the gate talking about how I didn't collab with certain people and how I didn't respond to you. For one, when you did come on my channel, I'll tell you exactly why our whole issue started. When you came on my channel, I was confronting pesetas. The whole thing was about PCs in prison. You basically gave them permission, not even permission, but you made it seem like it wasn't that it really wasn't that important that they did PC up, that the rules are made a certain way and basically for people to fail, and that I should focus on better things outside of prison, when the whole topic was on prison and the fact that pesetas weren't nothing. And you kept while I was arguing with a PC, you kept chiming in on some bullshit, and I finally told you, and this, if you remember what I told you, because I don't give no peseta no room for nothing. They're trash and they're always gonna be trash, but you kept giving them as if there's certain reasons why. I didn't care about all that. All I cared about is the fact that they were peseta. You remember what I told you? I said, if you feel so strongly about your point, why not create a channel and talk about it? You know what I'm saying? And you then informed me that you did have a channel. So I went and looked at you and I realized that our message was similar in ways, but you were more not even about you being more positive, but you were just more on a different page. You know what I mean? It seemed like you were more on the negative side of it, that how should I say, you wanted to point out all the bad things, nothing positive about, and which there's really nothing positive but about the life lessons that you learn through actually going through that. But yet you reiterated the fact that you're still in your hood and you're still about this and you're still about that. And that's why I found half your content contradictive. See, when I started, I said positivity, but I never would let nobody push me or anything like that. So, if that wasn't positive, then that's just the way it is. Now, you left my channel. Cool. So as far as like collabing with you, you never asked me to collab with you, and even if you did, I felt like that we had nothing in common. See, you wanted to distance yourself totally from the S, and I just wasn't doing that, and that's what frustrated you. And it's understandable. There's a lot of reasons why I don't collab with people. We just have two different messages. Some people, I'm a certain type of guy, you know what I'm saying? And that's a cholo, and you know what I'm saying, and to certain cats, cholos are no longer viable, and that's cool because I no longer gangbang, but I don't get disrespected and let people disrespect me. And if I have anything to say to anybody, I'm just gonna tell them to their face. I'm not gonna go on somebody's platform and I think he's lying and the times don't match up. There was North Hollywood Playboys at one time. I remember there was no Playboys out there, you know what I'm saying, and the part that they was kicking that is there no more, you know what I'm saying. When I said the thing about Burbank on the other platform, it was that I lived there for a couple of months and I got into skating, but that didn't last long because trying to gangbang and skate at the same time just made absolutely no sense, and it didn't work. We left Burbank because my brother slammed the dude on his head and put him in a coma, so we had to shake the spot. That's why, you know what I'm saying. So when you heard the Burbank thing, you kind of, and then you said I did a video with E. Capone. Like, you just had it totally backwards, but it's understandable, dog. If you look at, you would have been more believable if you would have started off the video talking about why I didn't, something different outside of the fact that I didn't respond to you, which I did. But the fact that I guess I didn't collab with you, you instantly took it and made it a racial thing. That if I say that I'm about the raza, why don't I fuck with you? For one, I don't fuck with you because I don't fuck with you. If you ask any camarada on here, when they ask me to plug their music and mention their name, I do it without no problems because that's what I do for homies. Now, as far as me doing something for you, when you clearly don't want to represent none of that, of course I'm not gonna fuck with you. We're gonna have two different messages, and it's just not gonna make any sense. You got frustrated that I went on Big Herc, and you're like, you made it out to be subscribers, and it's like, okay, well, I went on Big Herc. I was supposed to go in there a long time ago, but I'm only clarifying this to you because people ask us to have a positive dialogue, and at the end of the day, I would want to say something else to you, but it would make no sense to just put it out there on the internet. You know what I mean? It's just basically, I'm responding to whatever doubts you had. You know what I mean? That's how men talk to each other when like the other one has to go on the internet and say some weird shit instead of just getting at me in person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sabes. But yeah. So as far as like the timelines, well, 95, you said something about 95. Well, 95, I was in placement. You know what I mean? For about the end of 95 with the homie Marky Boy from Santa Maria Northwest and a few other fools from Santa Maria, your homeboy Lil Toker from North Hollywood, of course you know what's up with him, and I had to beat him up, and that's just not to put it out there like that, but you know what's up with your dog or your homeboy or whatever. But that's just to clarify certain things. Now 95, any other time you want to know about, you should just get at me, dog. At Zod Rese on my IG, and I will respond to every question, whether we need to meet in person and talk about it or whatever. But you should just refrain from going on the internet and talking about me as if you know me. That's reckless, dog, especially if you're one that ain't really with the activities no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like you should be kicking back, living a life of, whatever. You're a working man, just do your thing. But speaking on me is not really a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're one of those that you're really trying to stay out of prison, you're really trying to stay away from the issue. Just be positive, you know what I mean? Don't speak on me, dog, you know what I mean? Unless you're getting at me in person and we can talk about clarifying anything that you need to clarify. But I just did this just, from one camarada to the next because just in case you wanted to know a little bit more about me. Now, as far as getting into my neighborhood and getting jumped out, I was honest about that. I got into my neighborhood, and the youngsters wasn't kicking up dust. We were just fighting each other. I don't do practice boxing. I did that in Pacoima. But yeah, so practice boxing, I wasn't with that. I got jumped out by my homeboy Moreno, rest in peace. And then I got jumped back in a little bit later when I seen that other homies start to get in and turned up. And that's what I wanted to do. See, where I grew up in between San Fernando, Pacoima, and Sun Valley, and I seen gangbang, and I wanted to be a part of it. And I did eventually get into it, and that's what I wanted. See, so as far as like, oh, well, I the brothers and all this other shit you were bringing up, I beat the fuck out of you. Yeah, you still, with homies, you still get 13 in, 13 out, whatever. But, that's just the way it is. Now, I don't know how your varón does it. I'm not worried about how your varón does it. You can ask any amiga that I got it, that know me, what's cracking. All this, I don't know why you brought up West Side Locals and Burbank, Elmwood, BTR, and all the other varons that used to be right there. Like, yeah, I know about all that, dog. I'm from the valley, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what that had to do with it. The whole thing was that the timelines didn't match up to you, and seeing that you're only 4 years older than me, somehow that makes you a super vet or something. That means absolutely jack shit to me. Like, I don't care about that, because at the end of the day, I'm willing to prove whatever I need to prove. And I'm not going to go on social media and just discredit or try to discredit a homie. See, it's one thing. If you're gonna diss somebody, just diss them straight out. Don't try to sugarcoat it and make it seem like we're all cool, but then bring my reputation into question, which is stellar. You can do your make, run your make, whatever the fuck you need to do, and you're gonna find out that it's all good. But I won't do that. Like, if I got issue with somebody, or I feel disrespected by the fact that the fool just not trying to collab with me, I would just get at him like, hey homie, why is this? Or if I felt like I wanted to go another route with it, I just would have did that. I wouldn't have came on social media and basically try to call the fool a liar, but then later on say, oh, I know he's a sureño, you know. Like, if you don't believe I'm a sureño, just, you know, Zod, at Zod, Rese, and get at me, dog. Like, we don't have to, this internet shit is kind of like weak. Like, we can sit down and talk, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You live in North Hollywood, I'll be in Sun Valley, we can always meet up and talk about whatever, you know what I mean? But you should just refrain from being reckless on the internet when you speak on certain cats. That's all I'm gonna say on that, you know what I mean? It's nothing personal to any law enforcement that's really pay attention to this shit, but it's just like, you know, that's just to clarify something. If you need to know further dates and I need to break it down, you know, like how I have my paperwork, just let me know and I'll show you in person, you know what I mean? Or, you know, something like that. But just understand, just because I don't fuck with you don't mean it's nothing about raza, because if that's the case, there would be absolutely no homie getting no shout outs or plugging their music. So you should just get your life straight, or just think of something else to come up with outside of the fact that you're just mad because I just don't fuck with you. It ain't about subscribers, dog. At the end of the day, we're all homies. I may not be your homie, but we're all homies, you know what I'm saying? So you know, just refrain from speaking on me. And you're talking about Sureño, don't speak on me, dog. Like, you know, especially if you're trying to keep that shit just, you know, PG. Like, just be cool, you know what I mean? So all the homies out there, you know what I mean? Spencer, you know, I just want to address it. I don't know what else Vatos want to hear, you know. But I'm not finna get on here talking about how foods get smoked or none of that. Like, that's just stuff that gets you caught up. But yeah, I'm gonna just put this out right now. But yeah, to American Cholo, yeah, dog, it's not that serious. But like I said, if you ever want to like sit down and have a conversation about my character or exactly how gangster I was, just get at me, dog. At Zod, that's it on IG. And for the rest of you, the camaradas, say enjoy your night, and another video coming later.